Shalom, guard your eyes, Chevra. So I want to talk about two different aspects of Shmir Sinai, because on the most basic level, we all know that there's a discussion of what to look at. Where we know what we should look at, what we shouldn't look at. But perhaps more fundamental and less talked about discussion when it comes to Shmir Sinai is how we look at things. Not what we look at, but how we look at them. And I think the best pasuk to analyze is the pasuk we say in Shema every single day, Lo sasur acharei levavchem acharei einechem. You shouldn't stray after your heart or your eyes. And it seems to be flipped. So, wouldn't the ikar of that pasuk, wouldn't the main part of that pasuk be talking about don't stray after your eyes? Why does it frame it as a discussion of after your heart? But there's a very deep idea here, which is that the way we see the world is based on our paradigms. How we experience life and how we experience the physical world is framed out of how we perceive reality. And if we perceive reality as a physical world, then we will stray after a physical experience of the world. But if our root is a spiritual paradigm of the world, then we can see the physical in a much deeper way. And that is the ideal. That the lave, the internal, the paradigmatic elements of how we choose to see the world experience and frame how we see and experience the physical. And Istanbul Baraisa Bara Alma, Akash Baruch Hu looked into the Torah and created the physical world. The physical world is an expression of the spiritual. And when we get stuck in the physical surface, everything becomes so surface level, so practical, so shallow. And we see people as objects. Obviously, you see women as physical objects, but you also see other people as physical objects. But when you learn to see through a spiritual lens, you learn to see the world through a spiritual lens, you learn to experience all aspects and all expressions of life through a spiritual framework. And that is the ideal, to learn to see the world through a Torah lens, through a spiritual lens, because then you really have the true antidote to Lo sasur acharei levavchem v'acharei einechem. So hatzlacha, I wish you so much hatzlacha in the journey, not just with Shmir Sinai, but learning how to reframe your inayim themselves, how to see the world through deeper lens.
Thank you for listening to the Guard Your Eyes Daily Chizuk broadcast. Pass them on to your friends and help spread Kedusha in the world.